So I'm going to hit him where it hurts. And that is in Fuzz's food drawer. Nobody, man nor beast, has ever dared gone in here. But I am going to do something that Fuzz will never forget. A little experiment. All right, I'll do something to get his attention. That thing is basically a pressure release valve. It's a radiator cap. So inside your radiator, you've got water, and you want to keep that water as cool as possible so it stays a liquid. But when water heats past 100 degrees C, it becomes a gas. When it becomes a gas, it gets 1,700 times bigger, and with it, it is under a huge amount of pressure. If it couldn't escape, something would eventually have to fail. But this little chap, it's its job to prevent that from happening. This is a pressure release valve. And the idea being that when this water in here is getting hotter and hotter and hotter, it gets to a point where the pressure is so great, it actually can force that spring to collapse and push that down like that. Now, why would it do that? Well, if you have a look inside the filler spout here, you can see there's a little hole in there, and that little hole will only be revealed when that spring is compressed, and therefore you can see all that water vapor will run out of here and drop out, and therefore save your engine. Now I'm going to demonstrate just how amazing these little things are here with Fuzz's din-dins. So I've got two little portable cookers and two identical tins of potatoes. You can hear in that salted water in there. And the plan is, you've got one cooker which will demonstrate one with a pressure release valve, and one which I'm going to do nothing to but just heat it up. And we'll see what would happen to that in the same way it would happen to a car without one of those pressure release valves. The first thing I need to do is put a tiny hole in the top, which will represent a way out for the water once it starts boiling. So that is that. The next thing to do is just to turn them on and stand back and watch. That's that one. That's that one. And the rest of it is a waiting game. So on the right-hand side now, you can see that pressure release valve is working perfectly. Every time that liquid is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, it has somewhere to escape to. But the tin on the left-hand side, that is a completely different matter. The pressure inside there now will be insane. In the same way that if your engine is overheating, eventually that fluid hitting 100 degrees C will escape from somewhere. This could be the same as just blowing the wall out the side of your engine, or a head gasket, or a water pump, or a pipe, or the radiator, the whole lot. That is an example of why a pressure release valve is such an amazing piece of technology. That thing there has meant that this engine, those potatoes on the right-hand side, are ready to eat.
You, come in. Your potatoes are going to be on fire in a minute. I'm going to be launching them into the sky. Get in.